Hi there. Today we are going to talk all about why your niche will probably change after you open your practice and why that's totally okay. So if you're new here, my name is Alysha. I'm a psychiatric nurse practitioner and I own my own private practice, and I teach other psych NPs how to find freedom and balance in their lives by starting their own private practices as well. So when we're talking about niche, if you have watched some of my videos, you probably are familiar with this concept. And a niche is the population that you are targeting in your practice, right? So a lot of clinicians feel like they need to get their niche right from the very beginning. And it can feel like a permanent decision. It can feel like that pressure is just keeping people stuck and not really sure. But I promise if you stay until the end, I will show you why your niche changing is actually a sign that your practice is growing in the right direction. So quick context, niche matters, but it's not permanent. And I should pause for a minute. If you're not sure what a niche is, I have other videos on this here on my channel, and I recommend that you check those out. So again, niche is not permanent, and most successful practices don't look the same that they did in year one in the subsequent years, right? And so the goal is not perfection from the beginning, it's clarity over time. And so your first niche is just your starting point, right? It's who you think you may want to work with. And it's limited data. There's limited data on this, right? Because you haven't actually worked with those patients yet in your private practice setting. So you're guessing, and then you're getting some feedback on that over time. You honestly, when you first open, you just haven't seen enough patients to yet know what truly fits you in your unique private practice setting. And so let's talk about how niches usually evolve. So you start noticing a pattern of who you're attracting and who is showing up, right? And then you notice that certain patients feel easier to work with, or you really enjoy working with them and they're getting really good results, right? Because you feel more confident and you feel like this is really the type of patient that you're comfortable working with. And so you refine that based on real experience. So for example, when I first started my private practice, I wanted to do integrative psychiatry for children and adolescents and college age. So put that out there. And then I started noticing that a lot of patients with ADHD were coming to me, child and adult ADHD. I realized that I really, really loved working with that. And so then I started putting ADHD on my website to start to attract more patients with ADHD, right? Similar thing happened when I started seeing patients that were older than college age. I had worked pediatrics my whole career, pediatric mental health, and just, floated to the adult units or, sometimes worked with adults. But over time, I found that I was kind of inching that age range up, 30s, 40s, and that was working great. And so I adjusted some of the language on my website. And so I wasn't just doing, broad integrative psychiatry for children and adolescents, but I was refining more of that language based on who I really loved working with. And so a shift for you might look like maybe you have a private practice already and you're providing general mental health. You have, a ton of DSM diagnoses on your website. I want you to refine that because I want you to draw that patient to you that you're really good at working with. Helping everyone honestly doesn't draw in anyone because you look like a generalist, right? I see people that are more specialized have higher booking rates. And so that might shift from your general mental health practice, and then you start working with young professionals with burnout and anxiety and depression. Your niche should be more than just the diagnosis of the patient. It should be more demographics about the patient. Like maybe you open an ADHD-focused practice, but then over time you refine it that you want to work with high-performing individuals with ADHD and anxiety, right? So now let's move on to what is getting people stuck in this area that I'm seeing as I'm mentoring psych NPs going into private practice. And if you haven't heard of this work that I do yet, I am a mentor to over 200 psych NPs building and launching practices all across the US. If you're looking for support in your private practice journey, go ahead and look at the description below to see what the next steps in working with me would look like. I would be happy to help you build what you're looking to build. Let's go into what keeps people stuck. So I think there's a lot of fear around choosing the wrong thing, or fear of losing opportunities, like fear of people not coming to see you because they're not in your niche. And also sometimes people wait until everything feels certain, or they're trying to define their entire career too early. And so overall, what I'm going to recommend is that if you're finding that overthinking your niche is delaying the start of the practice itself, choose something, run with it, and refine it over time. So again, if you're overthinking and you're stuck, let's talk about some tangible things that you can do instead. So pick a starting point based on your interests, your current environment, your past work experience, and who you love working with, as well as referral opportunities in the area. Like if you already know some specialized therapists that want to send patients to you, you might choose a little bit of your niche based on that as well. So life experience, work experience, who you love treating is the most important part. And then take action, open, and let your real patients give you feedback, and then you can refine it over time. And I promised in the beginning that I would tell you about how changing your niche is actually a sign that your practice is doing well. So let's cover that right now. So my final insight is that changing your niche is not a problem. It is data, right? So you're seeing real patients, you're learning what fits with you, you're learning what's working with the patient, your practice is becoming more aligned with you and your values. And so the goal is not to get it perfect from day one. And once you start refining and changing, that's showing that you're getting real data and really refining what you do in your business over time. And so this is why changing your niche later on is honestly a lot of times a sign that you're doing something right. Or if you chose the niche that you continue to work with, that it's just more justification for you continuing to do it right. The goal is to get clearer over time based on data. So in closing, ultimately, I want to give you permission to evolve and change as a business owner and change your business over time. Little changes, right? We don't want to change everything overnight, but make small adjustments to make your business even better. And start with what feels right, again, and just adjust as you go. And so I would love to know if you put in the comments below what niche you're considering working with or what niche you already work with. I would love to hear about it. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe. It really, really helps my channel so that I can continue to put out valuable private practice content for you guys. All right. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.